can see here some images of striking Caterpillar workers. These are workers in Joliet, Illinois. They've been on strike for a month. The company came back with a revised contract. They might be on strike after that because they don't like the terms of it. And this is a rare thing, a union actually showing a little backbone here and demanding a better wage, not just negotiating, demanding better wages. Bob Hagerty is with us. He has the details on this one. Bob, what don't the striking workers like about this latest offer from the company?
Well, everything, basically. They say the offer really hasn't changed much at all. The company still could freeze wages for the longer serving workers for the next 6 years while increasing their benefits and changing their pension plan. So they say it amounts to a pay cut. For the newer workers, it's unclear whether they will get a raise. That would depend on what Caterpillar makes of the market conditions. In addition, Caterpillar would have a lot more flexibility to change people's work shifts. So they say it would be very impossible for them to predict their family life.
So, Bob, I don't know if you can see what we have up right now. We have just a little full screen of the proposal. As I understand, there's a 6-year proposal with wages being frozen for workers hired before May 2005. Is that wages frozen for 6 years? That's right. That sounds pretty severe.
Yeah, well, Caterpillar would maintain that these wages are, above market, and so they don't need to be increased. The workers say, no, we should get a cost of living increase. We deserve it.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, 6 years, that is a long time.
Especially this is so because the company is making great profits.
Does this vote come tomorrow?
The vote will be tomorrow.
Right. And what do we think right now in terms of whether or not this thing gets ratified?
It doesn't look too good because the negotiating committee is going to recommend against it. All of the workers I talked to this morning were vehemently against it. I don't know if people will get nervous overnight. To try to strike against Caterpillar, I think you have to be brave, crazy, or just very, very angry because they have a history of winning. A few months ago, when people in Ontario struck against one of their plants, they simply closed down the plant.
Wow. Now, I know Caterpillar on their end, they say, look, and we're offering a $1,000K bonus, $1,000 bonus for employees. The employees are they have completely rejected that, right? They say that's totally insufficient.
Yeah, they don't think much of the bonus. Yeah. Earlier this year, they could have got a $5,000 bonus if they'd accepted this offer in April. Then the bonus was taken away altogether. Now they've come back with a $1,000 signing bonus. People didn't seem too impressed with that.
Yeah, look, $1,000, and you talk about just your cost of living increase. That's not much. Now, how much pain? This has been a month-long strike already. How much pain has this been for Caterpillar? How much longer? Who is going to break first? Is my real question here. The union or Caterpillar? The union says that they're not feeling any pain of this yet.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Caterpillar has not capitulated to a union for 20 years or more. So I think they will probably do everything possible to avoid doing it this time. The workers also seem very determined, despite the poor record of trying to strike against Caterpillar by other unions.
Yeah. Bob, is this seem unusual to you? I mean, usually workers, even if they go on strike, there's some negotiations, some give and pull, some this and that, and they come to a deal, and it's not a great deal, let's not kid ourselves, but they just sign it and they move on. But this one seems a lot more intractable. Is this unusual to you?
It does seem a little bit surprising to me that in today's environment, workers dare go on strike given the scarcity of jobs. Now, some of these people are quite skilled and probably can get work elsewhere. Others probably cannot. I think each one of them is going to have to make a pretty difficult calculation. But I think also there's just a lot of anger, and people maybe, even if it's against their interest to stay on strike, may do it for at least a while out of anger.